Hi everyone, this is Sunette, and in this video I have for us a nice board upon which I can do some basic illustrations to, just assist and support with making the information that I'm sharing more tangible, relatable, and practical. So putting some basic illustrations with words, for me personally, I found, just assist and support myself and others just that little bit better to be able to take the information in words, not only try and relate to it and figure it out and make sense of it in the mind, but being able to actually see it translate into something basic, and from there being able to reflect on it within oneself and have a look at, okay, now I get it, now I can see what exactly this means, and that makes it easier to be able to take the information and use it in your relationship with yourself and your everyday life. Alright, so in this video, this is a continuation on the previous videos I've done in relation to the collarbone, which I refer to as my personal fortune teller. So for interest's sake, and also to assist and support you for more context in relation to this video, it would be beneficial to have a listen to the two videos, because in the videos I discuss the collarbone, clavicle bone as being kind of like a reference or a guide for your immediate future that you're in the process of creating. So let's say, for example, that there is a particular way of thinking about yourself, a belittling of yourself that is happening right now, and you at the same time experience a discomfort in the collarbone. Could be indicating, okay, wait a minute, I need to have a look at what am I thinking about, what am I doing and not doing in my everyday life that's going to create a future that's going to compromise me and my potential quite extensively. So then you have a look at, okay, what's been out, where have I not been me, what inside myself or my life has kind of felt I felt disconnected from or displaced. And that could be like, for example, these thoughts that suddenly started appearing, and from there you can ask yourself, okay, if I continue belittling myself, this is going to be the outcome. I'm going to have no self-confidence. I'm not going to allow myself to try new things, to explore, to put myself out there, to expand my life. And if I do that, then I'm going to start isolating myself, and that's not a future outcome of myself and my relationships I want to create. So then I realign my relationship to belittling myself and ask, okay, let me assist and support myself to prove to myself that these thoughts has got no hold, no grip, no control over my confidence and my trust in myself. All right, so that was like an example of the clavicle bone, the collarbone, and now having a look at the spine. All right, so let's say I'm just gonna draw here spine. Obviously spine can be quite a line straight, but I want to align it as that, as like a sound rhythm, a slight sound rhythm, because interestingly enough, in the way we live in our everyday lives, okay, it will over days and months and years accumulate into creating and setting the course for our future more into the future. Here looking at a lifelong commitment, 10 years, 15, 20 years down the line, right? So the spine will relate more to your future, let's say 10 years down the line. Now, those 10 years down the line, your spine is kind of letting you know, okay, we're on course, everything is settled, it's good, we're clear, you're moving into the direction that will be specific for yourself, your life process, your life purpose. All right. Now, obviously, this is not necessarily always, so in other words, not to say that, when your entire spine is not stiff and there's tension and there's problems from here at the top way into the bottom, that, you're on course, that your life purpose is in the process of being created and manifested. This alignment here in relation to the spine is very unique and different from person to person, but predominantly within all the clients I've worked with throughout the years, and this is including myself, I've found that when my entire spine is experiencing a stiffness, a discomfort, a pain, it's really uncomfortable, I can't sleep, sit, walk properly, through and through, that I need to reflect on and ask myself, okay, I'm starting to look at things inside myself, questioning my purpose, my reason, my why for existing, for living, for being. So this is in relation to those types of questions, everyone. So this is very, very, very specific, okay? It's in relation to the questions of, what is my purpose? Why am I here? What do I want to do with the rest of my life? What am I going to do with the rest of my life? Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? So your spine, if the whole thing from top to bottom is uncomfortable, you are here questioning your purpose. All right. So purpose, your purpose in life. And I'm also going to take me as an example because, I've also, just even now speaking about this particular spine point with all my focus and awareness now being on the spine, I can feel familiar discomforts coming up of the processes I've walked in the past with regards to my spine being stiff and uncomfortable and sore. And it's interesting because I could immediately see, I was day in and day out starting to question my purpose. Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Is this the course that's the best, that's the right, am I on track? And so you start questioning, but then before I knew it, I was also at the same time going into a form of a depression, like the same time feeling as though I wasn't getting anywhere with my life. I wasn't reaching enough people. I felt stuck and so forth, so I was going into that depression while questioning my purpose, but at the same time, everything in my life was quite stable and clear and was moving and I was reaching out to people, so my experience within was in contradiction to where my life was at. So now, basically, what I've primarily realized is that when my entire spine is stiff, all right, so the words are stiff and uncomfortable, and like tight, and there's an unease as well. So in having a look at those 4 words, that's what the spine feels like, and you really fidget inside yourself and your body quite regularly. It's like you're squirming inside yourself trying to stretch that spine. That with that and questioning my purpose and looking into the way future, all of that was actually showing that my being myself was not in alignment with my life, that was actually on course, that was going in the best direction. Everything was there, but it's like me and my awareness and my relationship with myself and my own life was not present. And interestingly enough, I found this with most people I've worked with, and as I said also myself, where when I start questioning my purpose, my life and everything like that, I tend to think, okay, everything with regards to where my life is at with my business, my relationships, everything like that is what's wrong and to blame. And that's what sometimes the extreme my mind went into, and I need to turn away from that and go into a direction of searching, for example, a new purpose, a new direction, a new reason, a new why. But that's not what it meant at all. Alright, so in the next video I'll continue with what all of this indicates and represents within yourself and your relationship with your spine. This is the entire spine. But for now, what I'd like you to take with you is just have a look at whether you can relate to experiencing that overall stiffness, being uncomfortable, tight, unease in your spine, and whether you've been in those positions of questioning your purpose, your life, your future, your why. And within that, I'd like you to just slow down and have a look at, okay, but was it really about my life? You know, sometimes, yes, it is, but for the most part, this particular specific contextual experience, and I'm emphasizing it's a very specific contextual experience, all right? Sometimes, yes, that does happen where it is showing you, okay, you need to go into a different direction, but other times, it's actually indicating you are not present and aware. You're not really, you're taking for granted essentially what is here, what you have, and you haven't kind of like fit yourself into your own life, right? So in the next video we'll have a look at why, what causes that, what can you do to assist and support yourself, and more importantly what I've also learned in relation to whenever my spine is like this, and the practical process I walk to assist and support myself. Alright everyone, thank you very much for listening, and we'll continue in the next video.